This is the thing. Who you choose to hang around with, who you choose to have in your posse is exactly who you become. Choose your posse wisely. I'm here to tell you that putting yourself first is not selfish, it's revolutionary. Welcome to the Woman Warrior Podcast, empowering women to light their lives on fire through Ayurveda, yoga, spirituality, and fitness.
Hello, everyone. I'm Dr. Satyavani, and I'm here along with my partner, Prajna Madhavi. And we want to welcome you to the Trainerize app, our branded app. This app has two beautiful functions that we want to share with you to get your health moving in a woman warrior direction.
So the first component is the fitness workout side, which is fabulous. With this app, trainers can give you a personalized experience based on your fitness goals, our dosha assessment, and fitness level. The app has phenomenal access to videos for each exercise so that there is very little confusion. There's also messaging capabilities so that trainers can continually keep in contact with you as you move further into your fitness journey.
The second component is the nutrition piece, because you cannot out-train a bad diet. After the initial assessment is taken, trainers can align your doshic diet to your specific exercise regimen, which means that eating more of what you need and less of what you don't. The recipes are then posted in the app where you can choose meals based on time, ingredients, and taste. And you can always refresh the menu if needed because you prefer something different.
So with these two components, along with our Ayurvedic assessment, we'll give you a unique and individualized experience that you most likely cannot find anywhere else.
I would agree with that. Mm-hmm. By using our personalized app, you'll gain knowledge of what your body needs and be on the road to becoming your best and brightest self. Welcome to our app. Jai Bhagwan, Women Warriors, and welcome to the Woman Warrior Podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Satyavani, and with me is my fabulous co-host, America's favorite podcast co-host,
Prajna Madhavi. Hello, everybody.
And we are so excited to be back. It's been busy.
Yeah.
It's been a busy life, and I'm sure everybody out there is probably experiencing some busyness because that transition from the end of the school year into summer. I think a lot of people are dealing with a lot of hustle and bustle.
Got to get all the stuff in.
All the things, because it goes by quick. I actually thought about that the other day, that we are upon the summer solstice. Mm-hmm. And once the solstice hits, the days begin to get shorter again. That makes me sad.
Yeah.
I really like
I don't want them to get much longer than they are now.
Yeah.
Since I'm laying in bed at 8.
Eyes wide open.
When's the sun going to go down? Yeah. So there's that.
Yeah.
But I would like early morning, say 5:30 to, 8 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
That's pretty nice.
That's good. Mm-hmm. I know here in Idaho, the sun stays out late.
Long time.
I went to bed early last night. I actually had some really good sleep the past couple of nights. I'm like, yay. Mm-hmm. But I went to bed early, like normal time, 7:30, 8 o'clock, and fell asleep and then woke up and the sun was still not down.
Love that.
I know. I was like, man. But then, quickly fell back to bed. So yeah. It was pretty easy. Well, anyway, you don't need to hear our chitter chatter about all of this. Today, we are venturing now into the niyamas of our yama and niyama setup. We have finished all of the yamas, and so today is our first niyama about Saucha, or purity, which has multiple dimensions and multiple meanings. So I'm excited for us to dive into this as it relates to, again, practice becomes firmly grounded when done over a long period of time without break in all earnestness. Something that I think is like a mantra for life, and something that I think all of us can really practice and learn from at this moment in time. Don't be a quitter. Keep doing the things, even when they're hard, especially when they're hard. So Saucha, we'll talk a little bit about that as we get into the meat of our podcast today. And Prash, I think you've got some announcements to make.
Not a lot, but we still have the GLP-1 program, which we are still working on launching, and we've got our 3 Acharya sisters that are in that program right now and gave us some great feedback the last time we met with them. Mm-hmm. And we have some potential other people that are maybe going to enter into the program. So excited for that. Again, if you are thinking about going on a GLP-1, or wanting to get off of a GLP-1, please check out our program, which is on our website, thewomanwarrioracademy.com.
Yes.
And just see what's there. Just check it out. And it is meant to be an alternative to using the GLP-1 injections and pills. And just the caveat is it will take longer, most likely.
Yeah.
And, when things are done over a long period of time without break and all earnestness, yes, therein lies the struggle and also the reward. Next, we have Trainerize, which we are, I guess I can combine that with the Woman Warrior Cleanse that we've got going on, because we're combining the two. So the Woman Warrior Cleanse is something that we're doing at Y6, 2 hours, 4 weeks, 4 weekends, I guess, Sundays. 4 sessions. Yeah. And just teaching people about Ayurveda. This first session that we just had was really great to just give the
Wasn't it great?
Basics. It's really fun to teach people who knew nothing about it. And I forget how overwhelming it can be.
Yes.
For them.
I know. Somebody gave you that feedback, like, ooh, there's a lot of information.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's just, they get very overwhelmed with all the new terms and all the new concepts. And I forget all of that, having been working with it for 4 or 5 years. You kind of forget just how.
Well, we just throw these terms out in our everyday language. And so it's funny when you're just like, oh, that's right. I've got to take like 10 steps back. This is brand new for people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But we are putting these individuals also in our Trainerize app for the nutrition piece, and then also just for communication.
And habits.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Having them do the habits from the book that we're having them read. Mm-hmm. And so if you want to train with us, but are not in the area, please do also check out our Trainerize app and being able to work with us even though you don't live here.
That's right.
Because we can still do a lot without you having to be here. So
that's very true. Mm-hmm. And actually, even some of our clients who are here in person, who are also on the app, they're really getting a lot of benefit out of that, because they're like, hey, I want to go to the gym, or I want a meal prep, et cetera, and I just need somebody to tell me what to do. Mm-hmm. You get that a lot. And it's been such a great supportive tool as well as an independent one. So,
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's about it.
That's it. So we got
announcements.
Hey, that's it.
Yeah, we did. Yeah,
pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So here we go, friends. Wellness check-in.
Yeah.
So why don't you start?
I always start.
Okay. Do you want me to start?
I can start.
If you want me to do it, I'll do it. It's not a problem. It's not a problem.
Physically, still getting some numbness in my left thumb. Just have a pinched nerve or something going on my left side, but it doesn't really stop me from doing anything. Otherwise,
we're changing.
Yeah. Feeling a bit sore a little bit extra sore in my shoulders, and mainly in my shoulders. Legs are actually okay from hybrid camp 2 days ago. Yeah. I think a lot of the rowing and the ski erging. Mm-hmm. And probably even wall balls.
Wall balls.
Yeah, with the over the head. My body's just not used to that many repetitions. So a little bit sore from that. Have been feeling a little inflamed lately.
I'm with you,
actually,
sister.
Yesterday it finally stopped, kind of settled down a little bit.
Oh, it did?
Which was great.
Good.
Yeah. But before that I was feeling, I think a lot of it is connected to not enough water, to be honest.
1,000%.
It's just hard to hydrate as much as I probably need to.
Well, the other part is that the heat sneaks up. Mm-hmm. Like, it was still fluctuating in the mornings at like 40 or 50 degrees in the morning last week.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden over the weekend, it was like, boom, welcome to 90 degrees. You're like, so there's no runway.
Yeah.
We need runway.
Yeah.
Now that you mention it.
So I think that is usually, that's usually the first place I look is, am I hydrating enough? And am I getting enough water? And then nutrition.
How's that going?
Am I eating a little bit too much dairy? Still more processed foods than I would like. I really want to get away, but I kind of have to get rid of what I have because I don't really want to waste it. So I did buy some sauerkraut yesterday. So starting to put that into my lunch.
I've had that for 2 days, lunch and dinner. Game changer.
Yeah.
Yep.
I keep forgetting to put it in my lunch, so it's still sitting in my fridge. I haven't added it to anything yet because
You actually have to.
I need a routine. And if it's not my routine, it might take a while for me to put it in there. So,
That one extra step.
It is. Hey, you know what goes on in my brain. There's a lot going on in there.
There's a lot. I can tell.
No room
I
for
can tell
sauerkraut.
today that there's a lot happening right now.
There is no room for sauerkraut.
I think there actually needs to be more room for sauerkraut and less room for other things.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, I would say that also leads into the energetic, just feeling a little nervous system, a little overactive, energetic.
And why would that be?
My dating life, I guess. If you're going to ask, which is I know why you asked that question.
No, this is important. I think it's important because, I was having this conversation with Jared Schofield from Gary's Automotive the other day, and he was talking about how he listens to our podcast. Thank you.
Yeah.
And it was saying that he loves when we do the check-ins because as I said to him, I said, we're just trying to lead by example. Like, our lives are just as difficult as everybody else's and challenging. And we've got all of these real things that happen. And part of the purpose of the check-in is to say that we get it. Mm-hmm. We get it. We understand what it's like to not have sleep and to feel bloated and, not feel like everything is lining up perfectly and have a lot going on in our minds. And, whether it's social or political or economic or whatever the case may be. So, so I think it's important that we share, this.
Yeah. So I think what I have, because I'm always learning through this process, like I've mentioned on the podcast, having a different outlook with the dating situation this time. Just testing the ground, being as honest and authentic as I can be, setting my boundaries really clear at the beginning and not budging on those really for anyone, no matter, just not getting emotionally invested until I know that person is maybe a right fit. I saw this thing on Instagram that this guy was talking. It's less about dating and it's more just, are you going to put me to where I have to go to therapy? Or are you like compatible at this point in my life? Or am I going to need therapy after I date you like that? And that's kind of a way to look at it. So yeah, so I'm dealing with that and there's still, there's definitely some potential. And I'm just feeling that out and I want to have more than just a coffee date to decide whether or not I want to move forward with this person.
Totally.
Which I'm also learning that it takes more than just, one meeting to really get to know someone. So far I've been hitting the 2-week mark before I really know. Mm-hmm. So we will see.
Right.
And
now, when you say hitting the 2-week mark, like seeing somebody a few times over the course of 2 weeks, before,
then it's usually done. So they can make it past the 2 weeks.
I fucking love that.
Usually
no, but like,
pops up.
Okay, let's be real here. Okay, let's put this out on the table. So after a more recent experience, not recent, but a more recent experience, it was like we got to redo the profile and the questionnaire, and it was like looking for a fucking unicorn. And these are the things. These are the qualities that these are the standards that you have to meet. Yeah. And what
from the start.
Right. Just from jump. Like, dude, don't even apply.
Yeah.
Don't even throw in your application, okay, if you're not going to meet these certain standards. And I don't think that there's anything wrong with that. And honestly, like, it saves everybody more grief and emotional outbursts and, you know, all of these stories that get created, whether it's in your head or the other person's head or, you know, whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
And I think, I actually think that has served you so far.
It has. Yeah. When they know that I'm authentic and have those boundaries from the get-go, they appreciate the honesty and the boundaries. And yeah, so I haven't really gotten negative responses other than, from that.
I mean, there's been
tactic.
a couple who are just like, well, I meet 9 out of 10 and it's like, dog, sorry.
Yeah. I mean,
and usually that 10th one is the big one.
it is. The 10th one tends to be the big one. And sorry, can't
do it.
Yeah, can't go back on that one.
Right.
So mentally, emotionally, that affects my mental, emotional state because when my central nervous system is kind of out of whack, yesterday I was just like, I just need to be in my garden and just ground and take it slow if I have the time, because I was with 2 busy weekends and then I was just feeling very frazzled and not myself.
You got pummeled last week.
Yeah,
I mean,
a little bit.
Just pummeled. And we have those weeks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And
I'm having that day right now.
Yeah. So. I'm grateful for a week like this week where at least I have a couple days where I'm not super busy.
Yeah.
Just taking that break, which is really nice.
Mm-hmm.
And intuitively working on that as well. And again, my dating situation has definitely brought some things up as to I need to listen to my intuition quicker than I have been.
Mm-hmm.
It's there, but I'm not listening to it. And
are you allowing the brain to hijack?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So have had some situations there. And spiritually, tapping into when I need to ground, be outside, know what those things are, get for walks, sit outside in silence, get in the dirt. I mean, those are all things that it's hard when it gets this hot, but as much as I can, do those things. So,
and hopefully there's more early morning time for you to be able to do that. So
yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my check-in.
Love it.
How about you?
You know, I don't know.
Okay.
I just really don't know. I would say physically I have dealt with, I would say that it's been a good 6-7 weeks of just bloating and inflammation. And I'm throwing everything at it. Finally, I think the past 2 days have been better. And I mean, as you know, as a primary Pitta, the summer is really hard.
And I do wonder if all the car time is really...
It's killing me.
Yeah.
It's killing me.
Part of that.
Yeah. It's killing me.
Yeah.
And I say that in the gentlest of ways. I don't mean like, oh my God, I'm dying. But like as much driving as I do
Thought-inducing.
Right.
Yeah.
For clients. And believe it or not, it's actually not as bad in the winter. Because I think it's colder and more grounding, et cetera. But the summertime, the spring and the summer, it's rough.
It's your aggravating time of year.
It is.
So it's going to hit you.
Yeah. So I feel aggravated physically. And
it's not just sitting in a car. You're sitting in a hot car.
Right. Sitting in a hot car and then.
Get me out of here.
Yeah. And in traffic and like.
Can't eat the way you want.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can't settle the way you want.
No. And I just feel like I've been on this roller coaster of get in the car, get out of the car, get in the car, get out of the car. And I'm in a mental, emotional state of analyzing, okay, how can I shift things so that I'm doing that less? Yeah. So I think...
And grateful for that you have a job that you can do that.
100%.
Very nice.
100%. And the people that I have to drive to, I love every single one of them. It has nothing to do with they as individuals. I love working with them. They light me up. But if
you could teleport there.
Right.
It's just like me in coaching.
Right.
I don't want to drive all the way out to Caldwell.
Right.
I love the coaching.
Absolutely.
I don't want to drive all the way out there. It's stressful.
It's very
I'm in
stressful.
the car all the time.
It's very stressful. And summer around here is when all the road construction happens. And
Yeah.
just
So then you're stopped
Right.
sitting in a hot car, hungry.
right. And you know the drill. There you go. And then like, you know, the rock hits the windshield and then like, I mean, it's just, you know, I'm like, I just want a day or 2 or 3 in the week where like my world can be within a 5-mile radius. So yeah, I'm working on that and being realistic with myself. Yeah. So, and I think a lot of that is trickling over into, I'm continuing to work out and train and all of that, but my motivation, and again, you know, discipline over motivation, like I'm still doing it, et cetera. But my motivation and my joy for that is lessening as a result of.
This is more, I have to get this done now.
Exactly.
I don't get to do this.
Exactly.
And take a break. I have to get this done now because then I have to do this, this, and this.
Right. That's exactly it. Like this morning, it was like, I've got to get up at 4 because I have a client at 6:15 and we have a Grayson workout that's 80 minutes long that I've got to get done.
Oh, you did that. Huh? Good for you.
Yeah. Hey, chill out there. Oh, I'm going to do 30 friggin' kneeling lunges at hybrid camp this past.
I did 16. That was not me. That was 2 other ladies.
This past Sunday. And this past Sunday, like, look, my body was there. I was at hybrid camp. My body was there. I was not.
I specifically did not do that 80-minute workout because we went on Sunday.
Right.
I was like, no, I need 2 days from that.
Yeah. See, I did it because I felt like I had a shit performance on Sunday.
You phoned it in.
I did.
You felt like you did.
I felt like I phoned it.
Like
I did. I felt like I phoned it in. I mean, like it was hard. It was just I did not want to be there. I'm just going to be straight up. Yeah. And it has nothing to do with the people. The community is fantastic. I love every single person who's there. I love the coach. Obviously, I love all of that. I was done. I was just done. I'm like, all right, I'm phoning this one in. And you have those days. So that's just been like all of that is swirling around in my life right now, just swirling around. And it's okay. I will sort it out. I mean, I am grateful for all of it because everything at once and at the same time, having a birthday last week also, you start thinking about stuff. I was just like, what do I
don't stop at my birthday. I think about shit all the time. But yes,
mine's a little different. I was like, okay, we're at the 52 mark here, so
I would say to reflect back to you, you are.
Laying on.
This is something that comes up for you every year, right around this time, and I don't think, and audience out there, if you know what your constitution is, I can't tell you how important taking care of yourself during your most aggravating season probably is. Yeah. Because I think that's a big part of it for you.
Huge.
You're in the most aggravated season for a Pitta.
Yep.
You're a very dominant Pitta.
Very.
And it is just things that would normally not hit the tape for you.
Annoy the hell out of me.
Just like, fuck. Right. Just like me in the fall. Like, why can't I get to sleep?
Right.
Why is it so cold?
Right.
Why am I?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Like
right.
I'm floating above the covers. Like, what is happening?
Although I have to say, the biggest thing that I need during this season is sleep. I need sleep. Because,
good luck because it doesn't get dark till 10.
Because being a Leo and it being, really hot outside and dry, I'm like all the time. But yes, no, you are absolutely right. This is the aggravating season and I recognize that. And I'm trying to pace it out. And I'm trying actually to create some more boundaries around things. I also know that in our industry, because we have relationships with, different groups. And in our industry, summer is actually a slow season.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not quite at summer yet, but, everybody...
They're going on vacations.
They're going on vacations.
We're going to do the things.
Right.
We'll get the exercise on the trip.
Right.
No, you won't.
Right. No, exactly. So, and I don't mind that. I don't mind that, but it's also other folks around us who require our attention want what they want when they want it, how they want it. And it's like we've had a routine for a while, and it would be great if we can continue to adhere to that routine. And I also think like people, in our industry, they get panicked during this time of year. Like, oh my God, people aren't selling gym memberships. People are not, signing up for personal training. People are not, et cetera. And because we tend to be pretty damn resourceful, people lean on you a little bit more. And I don't mind that. I appreciate it in the sense that they see us as resourceful. But it also, I'm trying to switch my mindset of just like, this is just the ebb and flow and it's going to be okay. But then you have a lot of people hitting the panic button around you, and it just, it adds to the heat in the car and the whirling dervish and all of that. So, yeah. So all of that to say, spiritually, I am and intuitively, I am in a state of reflection, and planning and being okay with that.
Yeah. No, I would say that that's something that I'm trying to avoid my own demise.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound very good, but as a Vata, like what I have created for myself with the whole dating thing is like one of the worst things for me.
Yeah.
And like, it's like I have to think about that and be like, okay, like you don't want to create your own demise.
Right.
You want to set the boundaries and make it as good of a situation for your constitution as possible.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to us going on vacation. I'm very much looking forward to going to going to the Mediterranean. So, anywho, that's it.
Yeah.
No more woe is us, friends. But we share because look, it's real,
and it may resonate with somebody out there.
Absolutely,
That's
real.
why we do it.
So, moving on to the niyamas, we were talking about Saucha. Saucha is a Sanskrit word for purity or cleanliness. And so the yamas represent external restraints or moral codes guiding how we interact with the world. The niyamas are all about what you do for you on the inside. These are kind of internal observances to actually cultivate personal and self-discipline, which we're, huge about, because when you have personal discipline, you can master your emotions and also be able to then continue to live in the world in a balanced and healthy way. And so even, when we feel like what we just talked about, when we feel the way it is that we feel, I can always go back to the discipline it is that I have, and it will get me through every single time so that my emotions don't get out of control or anything along those lines.
Yeah.
Saucha.
Purity.
Maintaining cleanliness in both your external environment and internal body, as well as keeping your thoughts and intentions pure. So what does this mean for you? What does this mean to you? What does this mean to you, audience? We'd like to know that as well.
Yeah. Well, in the external environment,
keep your shit tidy.
Yeah.
Don't live like a 14-year-old boy.
And it's tough. Like the thought that popped into my mind was like, we're fucked. Like our external environment, like what's hitting us on a daily basis is so fucked up that like keeping your body in relatively good shape and not making a mess of it is hard enough these days.
It's a
dealing
battle.
with that. And then the internal body, that is just a reflection of the external. I think that's probably even the more, I don't know. They're very intertwined.
Yes.
You got the external environment, the internal environment. They work together. And then also thinking your thoughts and intentions pure, which I think is that's a big challenge.
It is
as well. So
I actually find Saucha as an inside to out job.
yes.
And yes, you are definitely receiving outside in as well. But this is the thing. The simple things.
You get to choose.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The simple things are, keep your space clean. You have clean, organized space, whether it's your office, your home, your car. I have seen some shitty ass cars lately.
Ooh, that's a good reflection of how someone lives their life.
Oh,
their
my
car.
Goodness. I pulled into the parking lot of the gym the other day and I just was getting out of the car and peeked through the window of the person's car next to me. I was like, oh, dog, like, whoa, like there's just trash all over the floor of the car and cigarette butts. Like, who has cigarette butts in their car anymore? Parked outside of the gym. Like,
Yeah.
cognitive dissonance, people. But keeping your external environment is actually an excellent way as a discipline to keep you internally clean. What is that thing? I remember listening to a Navy SEAL at a graduation one time talk about the first thing you should do every morning is make your bed. Just make your bed. Just do the things and keep it tidy. Like every single night after Michael and I have dinner and we, talk or watch television together or whatever, it is the chores happen. The trash and the recycling go out. The bird feeder gets refilled. The porch gets swept. The dishes get washed and put in the dishwasher. The countertops get cleaned. All of that stuff, it's part of a daily routine, a dinacharya that helps the two of us not only stay connected with one another, but also keeps our physical environment externally clean so that we can be internally clean. And then that trickles over into, I think a lot of internal cleanliness has to do with A, the moral code that you live by, and B, has to do with some of the things that you have been talking about thoughts and how we talk to ourselves and the inside voice it is that we have. And also knowing in any of our interactions that you did the best it is that you could do for the other person or persons and yourself.
Yeah.
So it's hard. It's very hard. Internal purity also, the other part of it is listening to our intuition.
Yeah.
Our intuition is actually the reminder of keeping ourselves internally pure. Because when we go against our intuition, and this is fact, when we go against our intuition, we tend to go sideways fast. Because then we are trying to please or appease something external from ourselves. And that's when it starts to get messy.
Yeah.
So...
very good.
So what makes it difficult? What makes practicing Saucha difficult?
We want convenience, time. We just don't feel like we have enough time to do everything that we want to do. We want convenience. Our world has become very convenient. I think convenience is actually one of the biggest detrimental things that we have today.
Could not agree more.
Things in the name of convenience have really just caused so many problems.
It has caused uncleanliness in thoughts, in action, in external environment.
Yeah.
I mean, and even like this Saucha from an external environment, it's also like, how do you maintain your body? Like, are you clean in your body? Do you have good ratio of weight to muscle? Do you wash your hair on a regular basis?
Yeah.
We're really in that space now.
We are.
With people like, do you brush your teeth? Do you wash your face? Do you take care of your skin? Do you shave? Do you get regular haircuts? Like, that's literally like looking for a unicorn. Like,
it is.
On a profile.
Yeah.
Like, there have been some things like no. Like, cut your nails.
Yeah.
How you show up clean, put together, et cetera, is a reflection of how it is that you feel about yourself on the inside. Mm-hmm. And if you are doing that on the outside, even if you don't feel great on the inside, take a shower, put on some clean clothes, get yourself organized for the day, et cetera, because it will eventually, might not happen in that moment, but it will eventually have an impact on how you feel emotionally and mentally inside of you, which of course has an impact on other people.
Yeah.
So
fake it till you make it.
Yeah. Like we had that conversation about, somebody that came into our sphere, recently and was like, the person's just a mess. Mm-hmm. They're just a mess. And like, I don't want to be around that. I don't want to be around somebody who's a mess, because if they are a mess emotionally and then also just in how they dress and their hair isn't tidy and their clothes are stained and just kind of a mess and they've got body odor and all of that, chances are their life is a mess. And that's not like, I get it. People go through stages, but you got to clean that up first. Like, I'm not taking that on. I'm not bringing that into my life. No fucking way. No.
Yeah. Another one is lack of connection.
Yeah.
People just don't feel connected anymore. They feel very isolated. And so I think a lot of people, when they feel very isolated, they just go, why? Why does it matter?
Why does it matter?
Why do I need to shower? Just playing video games in my basement for 4 hours. I don't need to shower. And that creates the habits, the negative habits that people get into. Mm-hmm.
It's like a disease.
Mm-hmm. Nobody cares about me. So why do I have to brush my teeth?
Right.
Like, yeah.
It's a disease. It's the give up disease. Mm-hmm. I'm just going to give up on taking care of myself. And this is the thing, when people stop taking care of themselves, when they stop enacting Saucha, it's very hard to come back from that. Yeah. Like, it takes double the amount of time to recover from that. And people don't realize that. When you stop taking care of yourself, physically, energetically, mentally, emotionally, environmentally, all of that, it takes double the amount of time to recover from that. I think about just people are just coming out of COVID. Mm-hmm. 6 years later, we had 3 years of isolation, disconnection, and then what you also put here about fear.
Yeah.
Cultivating fear, creating this uncleanliness, creating this everything is, you should be terrified of it. It's coming to get you. Be afraid of your neighbor, be afraid of XYZ, whatever it is. And that creates a debris, that creates an energetic debris. It creates a dirtiness, like a filth that just sticks to people. And just realizing like, wow, I need to come out of that and then take steps to recover from that. That's double the time in terms of process.
Yeah.
It's brutal.
Mm-hmm. It's like the bear coming out of hibernation.
Yes.
All like
I know.
Jacked up, shakes it all off, and like, now I got to go eat.
Right.
Like, I just think of someone as like being all dusty,
very dusty,
dust themselves off,
right,
to try and be clean.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
So, what else makes Saucha difficult? You have here about in the name of food.
Yeah. So, with this, I was thinking about just literal cleanliness of our food and just how. The choices that you make in food have to be just more careful than they've ever been.
Yes.
We have so much toxicity in our food, and we have so many processed food options.
Well, what were you telling me the other day now about supplements? That if you order some supplements off of Amazon.
Yeah,
you
may not actually be getting what you ordered. They might be actually just putting other things in the capsule, putting it in the bottle as if it was from, that company and send it off to you.
Oh my God.
And so you're really not getting what you ordered. Who knows what you're getting?
Oh my God.
It's now a placebo.
Wow.
Yeah. So I've heard that. So we think about processed food. We think about, really a lot of the things that people are putting in their bodies today, through food, water, even things like GLP-1s,
Yep.
like out of convenience, out of fear,
Out of lack of connection.
Yes. Yeah. That people are willing to do these things, put these things in our bodies. And I don't really think they're thinking about the results or how clean
No.
they now aren't.
Right.
Or I just don't think that thought even crosses some people's minds. Some maybe it does, and they do it anyway. But I think we're just in a situation where a lot of people just tell me what to do.
Yep.
And I'll do it.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't really think twice about it. And along with that, we also have our food. Literally what makes it more toxic is the pesticides, herbicides that are being sprayed on a lot of our products.
Which literally around here in the spring, I can feel it.
Mm-hmm. Well, and I think that's why I think that's why bonsai was getting sick.
Yep.
I think animals this time of year, being that they are smaller, I think they get affected by it almost
their little bodies.
4 times as much, if not more. I don't know what the study would be, but yeah, his little body hanging out in, yards and things like that. He likes to roll around in yards, and if somebody's sprayed herbicides or pesticides in there,
Gets right in the skin.
yeah. So, think about that when you're looking at your pets. That there's a lot of things in my feed now that talk about when your pet is like hacking,
Yep.
like coughing, and
Sneezing.
like they're having a gut related issue. And it was only when he started, kind of violently throwing up that I started to realize that, oh, there might be something going on, which ended up just really being gastroenteritis, but it was still pretty bad.
Well, Harlequin, I just feel like he's a loaf, but he extra loafy these days. And I think he's just tired, and it just gets into his fur, and he's like, oh God. And I had to brush him this morning, and we brush him every night, but I had to brush him this morning too. There was just debris in his fur. And I'm like, boo, like, we got to get this out. And he's like, I don't want to go outside, Mom. I'm like, all right, that's fine.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And we just, we are environmentally polluting ourselves, which gets to the internal. And I think I know that in the Yoga Sutras, a lot of the idea of purity really has to do with our spiritual purity. And how do we live our lives clean?
Yeah.
And from a spiritual perspective, regardless of what discipline or whatever philosophy it is that you follow. If we are constantly being bombarded on the external with all of this, it's very, very hard to be internally pure.
Yeah.
And
that was my biggest thought when I was thinking about it. I was like, man, it'd be a lot easier if we didn't have to worry about all the substances that we're taking in internally, so that we could actually have more spiritual connection, clearer minds, better hearts. Like, yeah.
Well, and I'll go down the hole. The machine doesn't want that.
No.
It wants to make you externally sick so that it can hijack your soul.
Yeah.
And when your soul is hijacked and there is no purity around that, then people turn into things that they normally would not. Yeah. I actually believe what Anne Frank used to say, that the actual average person actually is good. We have just been slaughtered with all of this external impurity that has turned people hormonally, in terms of their brain function, into people they would not choose to become.
Yeah.
angry and frustrated and irritated and sneaky and desperate.
Yeah.
And all of that. So, yeah. So Saucha is actually a really important practice. And so there are things, and we'll talk about this probably in our next podcast, about what it is that you can do in order to have both external and internal cleanliness. But being aware of even just these external things, being aware of, okay, where are you getting your food from? Do you notice seasonally that things feel a little off? I noticed that when it was really windy here a couple of weeks ago, when that wind was just constantly happening, I felt like all of those farm pesticides are just being circulated into the atmosphere. And it was like, I just don't feel well. And that's when like the bloating started and the inflammation and all of that. It's like, this is not comfortable. And it didn't matter what I ate or how I ate, or if I didn't eat, it was just still there.
Yeah.
So, creating that awareness, and in your home, create clean space, have clean relationships with the people it is that you live with, have a clean environment, have clean relationships with the people that you work with. Don't promise things that you can't deliver on. And that's a whole other, set of practices that we'll probably talk about in our remedies when we get there. So, and then you want to talk a little bit about Atrazine?
So Atrazine, when I was creating this outline, it just happened to come into my purview, and I've definitely seen this before, but this would primarily be, sadly, our water exposure to atrazine. It's engineered to become a water problem. It's cheap, lingers in soil, does not cling tightly to the ground, so it washes off in sheets, runs off into streams and rivers, leaches down into aquifers. By EPA's own account, it is among the most frequently detected pesticide contaminants in American ground and surface water. Excuse me. And, we were talking about endocrine disruptors, and atrazine is a big one. It disrupts the endocrine system. They've done lots of studies with like frogs and atrazine actually changing hugely the hormonal makeup of frogs.
Right.
And
where they can actually switch genders as a result of that.
And I've been down this rabbit hole, but when you think about our lack of identifying really what gender we are today, it kind of makes you wonder if we have sort of morphed into this, I'm not really sure, because we are being influenced and affected.
We are being atrazinized.
Yeah. Via our hormones and our endocrine system.
Preach. Like I believe that to be true.
And I don't fault people then for that.
No.
For having that confusion or misconception, because I think that's what we're dealing with. I just, sadly, if we aren't aware of this issue, then we have no possibility of changing it.
Yes.
So people need to start listening.
Right. And for the record, that is not a political statement.
No.
This is not about whether we believe that, transgender exists or whether people should have the right to change their gender. It has nothing to do with it. We're talking about actual environmental factors that are asauchic, that are not pure, that are impacting people's lives.
Yeah.
I see it with women who are going through menopause. All of a sudden, there is this huge layer of inflammation that comes on that they literally feel like came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
So I get it. I totally get it. And we see it in these items that you're talking about here.
Now in your household, you need to, this is one that you can actually control much better. Start going down the rabbit hole of natural cleaning products, organic cleaning products, using distilled water and essential oils. That's mainly what I use in my house. Getting rid of the toxic. You got white vinegar that you can use, and baking soda can solve a lot of issues in the household. And they've been, touted, used for years. They don't have a whole bunch of toxic chemicals. Laundry detergent's probably a little bit tougher because people want the fresh smelling laundry, but that fragrance comes with a cost. And so really thinking about looking at what are in some of your home cleaning products and things that you use on a regular basis, because there's some toxic stuff in there.
Cosmetics too.
Cosmetics.
You know, whether you use makeup or just skincare products, like be mindful of those things. Because
shampoos.
Yes.
Big shampoos and conditioners. And you know, I used to be way better at this. There are certain things that I've had to be like, okay, I can't focus on all of it all the time.
Right.
I mean, I can. I choose not to.
Right.
Let me rephrase that. Because
Yes.
there are people out there that do all of this. They're using the soap nuts for laundry detergent. They're using, you know, bar soap that they probably make from scratch.
Right.
I just don't have that.
You don't have that time.
capability.
No.
But I try to do the best I can with the means that I have. And that's what we're asking you to do is, again, awareness. And also we do this, why I listed this here, we do this supposedly all in the name of a false sense of beauty. Like, what is beauty? Is beauty someone who's completely, you know, covered in makeup? Is that beautiful? Where's the, you know, are we clean in what we are identifying as beautiful there?
Yep. I agree. And then obviously big pharma.
Yeah.
You're getting asouchic, impure stuff with big pharma. Rest assured that they do not have your best interest in mind. They have their shareholders' best interest in mind. And we'll just leave it at that because you hear us bang on about that quite frequently.
We do.
And it was really funny because in our discussion about GLP-1s, there was a clip that went out, you know, in the socials, and a person, you know, chimed in, and, you know, like, everybody's entitled to their opinion. I literally do not give a shit. But the person was like, oh yeah, you know, getting people healthy and saving people's lives on GLP-1s. Yeah, that's such a crime. And I'm like, yeah, we're not on the same page here.
No.
So, okay, sure. That's fine.
Yeah.
So yes, be careful what you put in your mouth and what medicine it is that you take. I was actually talking to a client the other day who said that she has a parent who has a lot of physical pain and just pops Advil all day long.
Yeah.
You know, and like, that's tough. And then, like we mentioned earlier, you know, hoarding. You know, keep your space clean. Get rid of stuff that you don't need.
Yeah.
Get rid of your storage unit.
Yeah.
Get rid of your storage unit. Okay? Because I'm willing to bet dollars to donuts, not that we eat donuts, but dollars to donuts that you don't even know what's in your storage space anymore.
You're paying for stuff that you're not looking at.
No.
Ever.
No. And then this trickles over into things like social media, and destructive negative thoughts. When we constantly are living in a society that is always focused on the negative, you become negative inside, soulfully negative. And that is not what the universe intended. No. The universe intended for you to be happy and positive and joyful. So, like, take a break. Take a social media break, or like redo your feed so that you've got really cool, positive, motivational things that are coming through instead. And then one of the smaller recommendations on Saucha, which is a big one and kind of how you and I live our lives, is, you want to share?
Before you speak, make sure that it is an improvement upon silence. And that is, something that I've really lately been really focusing on. Because once you say it, you can't take it back.
No.
And you may not feel super clean after you say something that maybe you regret. So keeping yourself clean on the inside is thinking before you speak and understanding, does this really need to be said? And if not, don't say it.
There's nothing to talk about.
Yeah.
And that's very hard for a lot of people to understand. It's very hard because we're constantly in this this world where I say something and I'm trying to provoke or elicit a response from the other person. And when you don't give them anything in return because you are really, really trying to practice being clean, that is mind-blowing for people.
Yeah.
And then, you get canceled or you get voted off the island or
Get told you're an asshole.
right, or get told you're an asshole. And
Yeah.
it's like, great, no problem whatsoever. Before we do the truth bomb, I do want to share that what's fascinating about the niyamas as we get into the others is that they all kind of build on one another. And this may have been intentional or unintentional, with the yogis. A lot of folks say that it's not, and that you can be in any space and you'll eventually get to the others, which I do believe. But I also do love the order in which it's done. So, today we spoke about Saucha, purity. The next one that we'll talk about is Santosha, which is contentment. And so when we are pure, we are way more content. The third is tapas, or self-discipline. When we are content, self-discipline comes easy.
Yeah.
The one after tapas, 4, is svadhyaya, self-study or self-examination. When we're pure, content, and have self-discipline, we can be very real with ourselves.
Yeah.
And really study ourselves. And then finally, the last one, Ishvara Pradnahan, is about surrender or devotion. We can surrender our ego when we are pure, content, self-disciplined, self-examining ourselves, self-reflective. We can then surrender our ego. So this will be, I like the niyamas. This message has been approved by Woman Warrior Academy. I really like these because they're very, very, very high level spiritual work that actually can be executed through daily means. So anyway, yeah.
So good.
All right. Let's lay it on us. I saw that it was from Shi Heng Yi, our favorite monk, our hot monk.
Hot monk.
Love the hot monk.
This is one we've seen a few times, but it's just really good. And the reason why I chose it for this one is just that purity, keeping yourself internally clean. It's just something to think about. So as quoted by Shi Heng Yi, as long as your body is healthy, you have thousands of problems. But the moment your body gets sick, you have one problem. Respect, take care, and nourish your body. And the reason why I really just thought that one fit really well is, we just, all of these things that we do, again, out of convenience, out of fear, out of lack of connection, the hamster wheel just spins and spins and spins. But the moment we get sick, it's like all of a sudden it stops.
All of that disappears.
One problem. And all those things that you chose to do, all those uncleanly, asauchic decisions that you made, just comes to a screeching halt when the body stops working the way you want it to.
And need it to. So when people say like, oh, well, why do you focus so much on your fitness, et cetera? That's why. That is why.
Yeah.
Because that is the baseline koshic level. How are you maintaining your physical body? Because that has an impact on everything else that goes up the food chain. So yeah, I love that one.
Yeah.
It's one of my faves. All right. Anything else?
No, that was it.
That's it, friends. Look at that. Saucha. Practice purity, my friends. Pure mind, pure heart, pure soul, pure body. And know that it's a work in progress. It's going to take time. And anything worth doing takes time, as we've said before. So thank you so much for joining us. Please do hit subscribe on our YouTube channel. We would be forever grateful. We are only 165,
I think you said.
165 subscribers away from 500. That is a huge number for us. So please, 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 with all humility, we ask if you could share the podcast, tell people to subscribe. You can absolutely listen to it on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. But listening and subscribing on YouTube is really where we would love to put our energy and ask you to just click. Mm-hmm. That's it. As always, it is fantastic to be with you. Hopefully you found this interesting. And please do let us know in the comments on our YouTube channel, or if you have any questions or want to have us receive your feedback, info@thewomanwarrioracademy.com. I think that's it for today.
Yep.
All right, friends. Thank you so much. Jai Bhagwan. And as always, may your soul be victorious.
Is life hard? Yeah, it's really fucking hard. And you can also have the life it is that you want. You just got to work for it.